Hi there and welcome to another YouTube video. Today we are down at Edzel. We're down at the Blue Door Walk and we're hoping to catch the autumnal colour at this time of year. There's loads of leaves and everything falling off the trees with that really nice orange yellowy kind of glow on them. So hopefully we're going to get some really nice shots today. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. Over the past few weeks, I've been watching many landscape photographers on YouTube posting pictures of their woodland walks and getting pictures of the autumnal colours as well, with the leaves falling off the tree, creating a nice blanket on the ground. So I'm hopefully going to be able to capture this today, as it's something that I've been really wanting to do for a few weeks now. So I'm going to take you guys along with me and show you how I take my photos. So I think I found my first shot. I've got the camera set up and in front of me I've got the bridge and there's a stream coming underneath, running down from the forest. So I'm going to take a picture of this. It's really interesting, the autumnal colours just really add to the image. So I'm going to try and get the little waterfall in the picture as well and see if I can use more than one lens. I've got my wide angle lens on at the moment, but I might put my 18 to 55mm lens on as well. So I want to try a few shots. Once I've taken a few shots, I'll post them up and I'll let you see. The whole reason for this trip today was to come down and shoot the autumn colours, as well as get an image of this place called the Rocks of Solitude, which is along this walk. It's not very far, it's only about half an hour, 45-minute walk down there from where I am, and hopefully along the way I'll be able to catch some really nice images, as hopefully you'll have already seen the picture of the bridge there, which I was really excited to capture, as well as the waterfall that was coming down, which was adding a little bit of interest to the image as well. So I'm quite pleased with what I got, but we'll have to wait and see. One thing that I do quite often on my landscape photography shoots is I focus on just one thing, and sometimes that's quite bad because I'm so focused on this one thing I miss other things and other opportunities to photograph. So this outing today is something that I'm going to try and focus on getting a good shot and something that I'm happy with. For any new landscape photographers or even any experienced photographers in general, the best thing to do is to just get out and shoot. And even if you don't think that that image is going to work, take the image anyway. You will probably find that it may work. If it doesn't, it's fine. Because mostly of these digital cameras, they're all SD cards anyway. And if you're not happy with the image, you can just delete it. So what you're gaining from it is a little bit of experience. And you'll be really surprised at what you could capture even if you didn't think that it was possible from the image that you took. So something that I would advise, and something that I need to put into practice quite a lot myself, something that I don't do all the time, is to just take the image and take a little bit of time to not so much investigate the image, but put a little bit of thought into it. It doesn't always have to be the perfect image, because nothing is ever perfect. And you'll never know unless you try. So the best advice that I can give, and the advice that I take myself, is shoot it anyway. And you'll be surprised with the results that you may get. Don't be disappointed if it doesn't turn out the way you expected, because everyone sets high expectations these days. And then we're all disappointed when we don't meet those expectations. And I do that quite a lot with my landscape photography. I'll have my mind set on something that I really want to shoot. And then when I get there, I'm disappointed because I haven't got the right light. There's not a good enough sunset. The sunrise is rubbish. But if you don't get out, you'll never be able to experience that. So for this shot here at the Rocks of Solitude, for the first shot, what I want to do is I want to try a long exposure. I'm really interested to see how that's going to turn out, just to completely smooth out the water, and hopefully that'll add a little bit of interest to the image as well. I've got the camera set up at an aperture of f9, ISO 100. I've got my circular polarizer and my 10-stop filter on the front of the camera as well. What I've done is I've manually focused it just to make sure that when we put the 10-stop filter on, the camera doesn't try and autofocus, because then it'll be out of focus and the image won't look good. I've got my remote shutter release as well, which I'll use to fire off the image and stop it as well. So hopefully this will turn out really nice. I'm going to go for maybe a 7-8 minute, maybe 10 minute tops for this, and hopefully that'll just create a nice effect on the water. If I don't leave it on a long exposure over about 5 minutes, as it's kind of dark in the shadows, it'll get really noisy and the image won't look right. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take that shot and I'll post it up and I'll let you see. for my next shot is I've put on my 18 to 55mm lens just so I can get a little bit closer. The last one I took was with my wide angle lens just so I could get most of the rocks and everything in the foreground in. So my 18 to 55mm lens on here, I've got a circular polarizer on that as well, and that'll cut out any of the glare. And also in front of that, I bought a set of cheap filters off of Amazon just to try them out, see how they would compare to the more expensive ones like your Lee filters and things like that. So the camera setup that I've got at the moment, I've got with the filter and the circular polarizer on the front of it, I can get 2.5 seconds out of it, f11 at ISO 100. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take that shot, and hopefully what that'll do is that'll create some nice swirls and everything in the water. Last image I'm really happy with. The swirl that it's created with the longer exposure in the foreground has just added a little bit of interest, just as it leads your eye through the image. It just adds so much interest, and the contrast within the water as well is amazing. So I'm really happy with that image there. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take out my macro. It's a 70 to 300mm. They call it a macro lens. You can use it for macro photography as well. But I'm just going to see if I can get further down into the valley. A fact about this is the river that runs through here is the North Esk River. And on both sides of the river you've got Angus and Aberdeenshire. And the river running through the middle of it just is the boundary and the break between both of the areas, and that's really interesting as well. Just coming away from the Rocks of Solitude now. I got some really nice images that I'm quite pleased with. Just heading back to the car now, as it's starting to get a little bit dark and the sun's going to be setting soon. So what I'm planning on doing is coming back. When I come here today, I didn't expect the walk to be so long to get here. So that's taken a little bit of time away from my journey. Something that I will say is it's been a nice day out. It's not been raining or anything like that, and it's been nice to just get out and have a walk around. Just before I end this video, I'd like to say thanks to the people who have recently subscribed and commented on my recent YouTube videos. It's much appreciated, and it gives me some motivation to get out and shoot some videos as well. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, if you'd like to do so, hit the subscribe button, and also if you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified when I upload videos in the future. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.